Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Movie Mornings. I'm your host, Don Martino, and it's exciting to be here to talk about a lot of fun stuff. A couple days ago, we found out that Kate Bishop might be returning to Ant-Man, or not returning to Ant-Man, but coming back for Ant-Man. And also, we did hear from Kevin Feige that Charlie Cox might be returning as Daredevil. Juicy stuff. I'm excited to get into all of it. Guys, before we get started today, please hit the like button below, subscribe to the channel, leave Okay, I should be back, but this guy's having a blast over here because you have no idea how often this mic has just cut out today, and we have no idea why. Before we continue, sorry about that, everybody. If I'm back, good. If not, sorry, we're canceling the show, whatever. I'm kidding. Look, guys, it's gonna be fun today. We got Jose Espinel, who we've already met over here because he was
guys. Good to be here. Good to get into the juicy topics that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And just ready to dive in.
Oh yeah, man, unbelievable. I can't believe the way this night is going. But no, man, yeah, it's gonna be fun. You're right. We're gonna stick with it. I can't wait. So let's get started with this. Hailee Steinfeld, you and I are massive fans of Hawkeye, and she's one of the big reasons why for myself.
Massive fan of her as well. She's killing it as Kate Bishop. And yeah, honestly, I can't wait to see what this show has to keep offering us. And if she is in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, then what she has to bring to that as well. I imagine it's going to be her taking over as Hawkeye in that film. Either Jeremy Renner is killed off as Hawkeye in this show, or he's just retiring and living out the rest of his old life with his family. Either way, I'm really excited to see what she has to bring and offer in this film.
Yeah, man. I mean, if she is in Ant-Man 3, now again, I mean, she's only really been spotted on set. It doesn't mean she's in the movie. Probably is in the movie. Doesn't mean she's in the movie. The thing is it could be just for a post-credit scene. Who knows? Now, one of the interesting things here, and I don't know if you saw the t-shirt leak that they showed with Kang. There was a leaked t-shirt that came out for Ant-Man the Wasp Quantumania. It had like a broken Ant-Man helmet, reflection to Kang the Conqueror. A lot of people are just speculating, and this movie's kind of rumored to be the darkest of the Ant-Mans yet. I mean, it's exciting. I'm excited for them to maybe go in a darker direction with the Ant-Man movies.
Switch it up. Give me more variety, difference. That's what I've been saying ever since Shang-Chi. That's what I'll keep saying. The only way you're going to bring fans to your franchise is if you do something different with your movies. And
yeah,
if this is going to be darker, then I'm glad. Keep giving me more variety so that I can keep being intrigued with this franchise and keep wanting to come watch more.
Yeah, I'll say this because I've been trying to go back through the MCU movies. I'm on Avengers Endgame. I'm getting there. Movies and TV shows. So I'm getting there with it. And I'll say this because I love that first Ant-Man movie. I think it's great. I loved it when I saw it. Still love it to this day. Ant-Man and the Wasp, man, I thought was okay when I saw it. This time around, I love Ant-Man and the Wasp. Don't ask me why. It was just hitting the spot, So it's got me just really excited for this new one, Quantumania. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, man. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp it's actually a really good movie. I rewatched it and I was like, I wonder why I thought this movie was so meh the first time around, because this time around I just had a blast with it. I think Paul Rudd does great things with the character. He's a lot of fun to watch. I like Evangeline Lilly as the Wasp.
Yeah, I like the comedy a lot in that film as well. That Paul Rudd brings to the movies, and Michael Pena as well.
Oh yeah, Luis is classic. Yeah. By no means was he ever my problem with Ant-Man and the Wasp when I, watched it the first time and was just like, man, by no means was Michael Pena the problem. No, none of the actors were ever the problem. I just thought that for some reason I just thought it was a bland movie. Timing might have been part of it because it came out between Infinity War and Endgame, so that might have always been part of it for me. But now rewatching it, I had a blast with it, and I can't wait for this third one. it's going to be a lot of fun. I think I can't wait to see those two return and just do incredible things with them. Do incredible things with their characters. But yeah, dude. I mean, but yeah, you were talking to me about this too, a little bit, which is this other big news that came out for Marvel. It's going to be a Marvel kind of week because Spider-Man's coming next week, and it's going to be crazy, man. But this other piece of news was nuts. Is Kevin Feige just straight up said, if Daredevil returns, if we bring Daredevil back in.
Well, no, so what he did say is that Daredevil is coming to the MCU, and Charlie Cox will play him, whether it is in Spider-Man No Way Home or not.
That's not what he said at all.
That's what it's the interview that I've been seeing all over all news reports.
He says, if Charlie Cox returns, it will be, if Daredevil returns, it will be played by Charlie Cox. That's all he said. He said where is yet to be seen.
We don't know. That's what I was saying. Is that Daredevil's now in the MCU and it will be played by Charlie Cox.
He did not say Daredevil is coming back to the MCU. Just to be clear on that, he did not. He said if Daredevil comes back to the MCU, he will be played by Charlie Cox.
And we don't know what movie it'll be in or show or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Which will be. I mean, I'm really excited to see all these characters come back into the MCU if they do, which that kind of just makes me feel more comfortable. Well, kind of makes me think more now that Kingpin is going to be in something as well in the MCU.
Oh yeah,
maybe Hawkeye.
It's Hawkeye.
I still think most likely it's going to be Hawkeye. He's the uncle of the show. And it's going to be really cool to see Charlie Cox come back as Daredevil in a future MCU project. It's going to be really cool. And who knows, even maybe Punisher will come back.
Yeah, for sure.
Who knows?
Hang on here. Let's let me. Oops, so sorry if you heard that. Give me 1 second here. Charlie Cox, Daredevil, Kevin Feige. Hang on. I just want to make sure we have the interview straight though. Let's see here.
Because I saw it on the new Rockstars video.
Charlie Cox, Daredevil.
That he posted.
Let's see. Kevin Feige, Charlie Cox, Daredevil. It's not finding it for me. Hang on. Okay, here we go. Let me switch over here so we can watch this. You're gone again. Hang on. Let me fix you. Shouldn't take but a minute. I'm telling you, nobody wants us to do this show today, but let's take a listen to what Kevin Feige said here.
If you were to see Daredevil in upcoming things, Charlie Cox, yes, would be the actor playing Daredevil. Where we see that, how we see that, when we see that, remains to be seen.
All right, there we go. So if
he's basically confirming there that Daredevil's going to be in the MCU.
Oh, that was going to be my next point. He wouldn't say shit if he
wouldn't.
Didn't have
I was going to say he wouldn't
say shit if he didn't have a plan.
He wouldn't have said that if he doesn't have a future show or a movie where Daredevil's going to be in it. He wouldn't say that if he didn't have that plan already.
No, I wasn't giving you backlash on it at all. The only reason I wanted to clarify it was because everybody's running with this and saying he confirmed he's in No Way Home. That's not what he said.
Okay, no, he's not. He's not. It's not. It might be No Way Home. We don't know. It could be post credit end scene or something. But he's gonna be in something in the MCU in the future for sure.
Yeah, there's been so much because I understand everybody's excited, but everybody takes words and they run with it, and that irritates me because
the MCU must be a trending topic everywhere right now.
Absolutely, it is, and it's understandable. Oh my goodness. And it's understandable. I just get tired of these fanboy run sites. I'm sorry, I call me a fanboy too or whatever, but I'm saying these fanboy run sites, they take these little pieces of quotes and they blow them up to they take them way out of proportion. And that's not what Kevin Feige said at all. So before you go see No Way Home, and on the off chance Charlie Cox is in it, I'm pretty sure he is, but on the off chance that he's not, you can't get upset.
You think Charlie Cox is in No Way Home?
Absolutely, I do. Yeah, I'm 100% convinced.
Well, the amount of characters that are going to be in this film is crazy, or the amount of characters we think are going to be in this film is crazy.
Yeah, Charlie Cox is in it. I can I'm 99% sure.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm 99% sure Wanda's in this movie.
Yeah, I see. I don't get that as much, but
I'm
you were
I'm
trying
more
to
sure.
text me earlier, but tell me what your thing was again.
So I'm more sure that Wanda's gonna be in this than honestly any other character that's been theorized. Honestly, only because those like ripples that you see in that we've been seeing in all these trailers. Not only are they purple, but they have hints of like red at the end. So that almost leads me to believe that it's Wanda because she did kill Agnes and probably got her powers. So she probably has some kind of she can probably like do purple streaks now too because she has Agatha Harkness's powers. Not only that, but there's just been so many theories of obviously these aren't true, they're just theories, but everyone's been like theorizing on all over TikTok and YouTube and everything that everyone's saying that Doctor Strange is under one of like Wanda's spells.
Yeah.
That he's being controlled by her because how else would he have the time stone if it's not like if maybe like Wanda gave it to him or like did some kind of thing with time where she brought back a different Strange and like
he's always had the time stone. What are you talking about?
Not when he gave it away to Thanos.
Yeah, but remember Endgame, they traveled back, the whole thing.
Yeah, and then destroyed him again.
They
destroyed every single one of the stones, so he technically didn't have it because they had to go back in time to get the stones to destroy them. So that's what I mean. Doctor Strange didn't have the time stone in Endgame, so this is a different Doctor Strange than from the one in Endgame.
I don't.
So this so someone had no. I do think so. So someone has to be because it's going to build up for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness 100%.
Yeah, but I don't think that this is a different Doctor Strange. There's no evidence of that to me at all.
Well, so then how do you explain him having the time stone if he didn't have one in Endgame? If they all got destroyed?
I don't know, but I just don't think it's a different Doctor Strange.
It's okay, it might not be a different Doctor Strange, but I bet you that Wanda got him a new time stone and put him under a trance.
Yeah, hang on. You're doing things again here.
Jesus Christ.
I know this is wild. This is wild, folks. All right, you're back. But yeah, no, I mean I think based on the evidence of people saying that this feels nothing like Doctor Strange. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? In the trailers, it feels exactly like Doctor Strange, or like Strange wouldn't do that. Like, you kidding me? Have you seen Doctor Strange? He's a fucking
I just feel like he wouldn't botch a spell on purpose. So I feel like in the trailer,
I don't think he did on purpose.
I think he did. I think Wanda's had him under this spell to where he would botch a spell and fuck up all of the multiverse just to have everyone try and kill themselves so she can have the ultimate power in the universe. And that's why it's gonna build up to a massive battle where Wanda's a bad guy and Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and he's gonna have to have all these different characters help him defeat Wanda.
It's the only reason I would see Wanda being in this movie is because she's in Multiverse of Madness. Otherwise, I don't think she's gonna be the focus point at all in this. I'm
not saying she ain't gonna be the focus, but I feel like she is gonna be in this movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not saying she's not.
I see her being in this over Daredevil.
I don't think the purple ripples mean shit. Or not as far as in correlation to Wanda. I don't think it means shit. Like, personally, like, I think that they're honestly just like, I don't know. I think it represents the multiverse for sure, but I don't think it's any representation of Wanda at all. I just think it's, it's definitely representative of the multiverse, and it's representative of the spell he cast. That's my take on it. But again, I could be wrong. I'm not going to say, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's just my theory. I mean, we're going to see it and we're going to find out in like 10 days here. So not less, like 8 days. So I
just found out that I'm actually going to watch the movie on the 17th, not the 16th. So
why are you frozen?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm frozen.
Stop your video and restart it really quick for me, and then we'll try to get that back. All right, while he's doing that, or unplug your camera and plug it back in, maybe see if that works. So while he's doing that, anyway, I was gonna throw out there as well that I definitely think there's like is that working now? There you go, it's back. Okay, so I definitely think that there's a good chance that Wanda's in like a post-credit. I think that that's probably the better shot, is the post-credit scene. There we go. We can talk now. This is nice. So Wanda being in a post-credit scene, I think, is definitely your better shot. I that's my prediction right now. I also think that Doctor Strange is Doctor Strange. I don't think he's under a spell. I don't think there's anything going on like that. I think he's completely consistent in the trailers. The other dead giveaway to that is like when everything is starting to hit the fan in the trailer, like, and he seems genuinely worried, man. Like, I don't think it's like him. Like,
So
pretending.
another thing I was going to ask you, because this is kind of a hint at different characters being in this, because he would in the part of the trailer where he goes, they're coming through,
right,
and I can't stop them. So who the hell are they? Because it's not going to be Green Goblin in them. It's not going to be them. Definitely not. It's not them. It's just not.
I think it's gonna be other multiverse characters.
Because the guy Eric Voss from New Rockstars thinks it's going to be the X-Men, but I don't think it's going to be X-Men.
I don't think it's X-Men either.
It's not.
It's
just going to be more. It's going to be more multiversal villains.
Yeah, I think something along those lines makes a lot of sense. I also think, now I'm not saying there's not going to be an X-Men in this movie, but it could be part of that. But I don't think that's like our definitive introduction to the X-Men. You know what I mean? Like, I think that like an X-Men or two can pop out. Somebody from the X-Men could pop out of that. I just don't think that's like our definitive introduction to the X-Men. And if it is going to be one of the X-Men, it's somebody we already know. It's an actor we already know. I think that's going to be our big fan service-y type moment. That's my genuine guess.
I think it might be the Dark Phoenix.
Maybe Dark Phoenix, Charles Xavier.
Because I mean, she was a villain in the movie, so it makes sense.
That is, if you ask me, that is representative of the multiverse of madness. Yeah. That's where it's coming. That's my opinion of it. But
imagine it's Wanda and Dark Phoenix. Crazy.
Maybe it's possible. I'm not going to take it off the table. I just don't see those purple streaks being representative of Wanda at all. I think it's such a stretch. If it was red, I might be with you. I understand.
Well, because I understand
the Agatha connection, but
because it's purple with like with red at the ends of it, so it could just be. But Wanda might have found a way to like turn her things like purple and red. Like she might have.
Maybe it just seems like a stretch. It seems like a stretch.
I mean, that's just my theory.
It's fair. It's a theory. It's fine. It just seems like a stretch to me. I think that
knowing the MCU, I don't know, because anything can happen.
Anything can happen, of course. Yeah. I'm not taking anything off the table for this movie. I think they're going to throw everything they have at it.
This is going to be the most complex movie. There's going to be so much shit in this movie.
I think it'll be understandable, digestible. I don't think they're going to let the audiences down with that. I think that they're
definitely not. It's just going to be the most complex of all their movies.
Yeah,
like in terms of like the amount of characters in this film.
Well, maybe not Eternals. I mean, Eternals is pretty complex when you break down the concept of it. I mean, it's.
I just meant like in terms of characters, it's going to be the most like. There's just going to be so many characters people in this movie. Yeah,
a lot of characters. I think anyway. I mean, maybe we're completely wrong. I think
also people are also theorizing because Doc Ock, if you've seen his new tentacles, they have nanotech like from Iron Man suit.
See that I'm on board with.
Electro is also powered from a.
That's nanotech in the that's
nanotech, like what Tony Stark had in his chest. So everyone is thinking that Green Goblin also has upgraded his suit with some nanotech because he said in that panel for the villains that there's a new upgrade to his suit. Yeah. So now everyone's taking that as to like, so what kind of nanotech did he get?
Yeah, I think it's
and everyone's thinking that he's got some kind of like nanobots that he can control now that are nanotech.
I heard the theory that it's the power broker. I kind of like that gave him the nanotech. Sharon Carter. I think that makes sense.
Oh yeah, she's a big bad now too.
Yeah, so she's so anti-shield. You know,
especially now, because you remember the end credit scene from Falcon Winter Soldier. She was on the phone.
Yeah,
with that person's like, yeah.
I could see narratively working really well if they go knocking up, barking up Sharon Carter's tree and asking her for nanotech. I could see that actually working out narratively. That makes a lot of sense to me. But we'll find out, obviously. But it's crazy to think that we're really this close to this movie, man, because this is such a big event film. It feels 10 days, like that,
Jesus Christ.
And it's awesome to me because, I think of, I always think of Spider-Man in terms of it's one of the first DVDs I ever owned, that Tobey Maguire one, and like just how awesome that movie was at the time, and just like now here we are. We're at a point where this is one of the biggest. It's gonna be one of the biggest blockbusters of all time. You know, as far as
100%.
like money
100%.
goes and
Yeah.
how big this is
I
gonna.
think it's going to be the
for
highest
box,
grossing of this movie for sure.
of all time.
Maybe not of all time, but of this year for sure.
Oh, it will be for this year. I
mean, it could. I mean, because number one is I think Endgame, if I'm not mistaken, or is it no Titanic, Avatar? Which one is
Avatar
it?
right now.
Yeah. I can probably see it being second, overtaking Endgame, which is number 2.
I don't know. That's hard too.
That's what I'm saying is like I can
thinking
see it third. Yeah, I can see it
Third.
getting third highest of all time.
It's hard.
It's really
Yeah.
it's gonna. I mean, it might. We might be surprised. Who knows?
It's tough when you
Um,
look at that Variety did that new study where they're like 49% of theater goers are not going back since the pandemic. But based on the box office projections, you got to think a lot of them are going back for Spider-Man because
Oh, 100%.
the projections so far, they're talking 190 to 250 million for this thing opening weekend domestic. That's a
Weekend?
big opening weekend domestic. That's a big projection, but it's a big number. And
I mean, I can see that happening honestly with this kind of movie.
it's funny because I think last week you and I were making predictions and I was like, I think it's at least going to hit it's comfortable at 135. Not
Yeah,
190.
and I said
Yeah.
like 150 or something like that. Yeah.
No, they're talking 190 to 250 now. And so
I mean, I
like,
can see that
it's-
happening honestly.
Yeah.
Like
That's a big number.
with the great like with the kind of movie that this is, and
Yeah.
the amount of the characters that we're getting back, and
Yeah.
and all and yeah.
It's exciting,
Crazy.
man. We have something to be excited about. You know, it's cool because not that there haven't been movies to be excited about this year. We've had some really great ones, but
Dune.
Dune was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Shang-Chi, Quiet Place Part 2,
Shang-Chi,
I
yeah.
point to that. There's been so many great movies to be excited about, but this is the first event film since Rise of Skywalker, you know, I would say, like event film, where, you know, it's like everybody's just
And that one doesn't even really compare to this one.
not in terms of its scale and the excitement.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
No.
maybe Force Awakens rivals it because that was
Yes.
the first Star Wars that we
Yeah.
had in 10 years. And Last Jedi because you had that whole cliffhanger thing to it. I mean, those two
Yeah.
maybe
it made,
rival
it made people like Force Awakens made people excited for Last
Right.
excited for Last Jedi.
Yeah, the hype was like so real.
Even though
leading
it
up to Last
disappointed,
Jedi.
even though it disappointed a lot of fans.
Yeah. But it reminds me, this is very similar to that time period. This time period we're in now, leading up to Spider-Man, reminds me very similarly of leading into The Last Jedi with all the speculation, all the, you know what I mean? It's very similar. And, you know, I think that I think in this case, a lot of people are going to get what they're speculating. I'll be very honest. I think some people are going to walk out disappointed for sure, I think, because we're always going to have those fans that over speculated and just, you know, and fans, a lot of them they confuse speculation for expectation. And there's a big difference, you know, and you got to
Right.
set your expectations at a different point of your speculation. But for me, I'm so excited, man. Like, do I think that I'm going to walk out of this saying it's the best movie of the year? Probably not. But I probably am going to walk out of this saying it was the best experience of the year. There's a big difference. Best theater experience of the year. Big difference between the two. But, you know, it's well, sometimes not. But, you know, for me, it's in this case, there probably is going to be a difference. I think that, again, man, we were talking about it last week.
As I said, I think Dune's been my favorite movie this year.
Yeah, and that's fair. And it might remain as that even after seeing this. Who knows?
Yeah, this might be because I think my best theater experience that that I can remember was Endgame.
Yeah.
That was like one of my best theater experiences of all time.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that this one does the same.
Yeah.
I think it will because
You're
again,
going to get some stuff. Yeah.
the amount of characters that are in this film is just going to be ridiculous. It's going to be awesome. So I can't wait. It might become my favorite movie of the year, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
Just because Dune was just that good. And I'm reading the book now and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah.
I'm literally envisioning the movie as I read the book, which is incredible.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Considering, I mean, like when Infinity War came out, right? Like Infinity War was my favorite theater experience.
Oh, bro, the
that year.
cliffhanger that movie left was insane.
My favorite theater experience that year, but miles away from my favorite movie of the year. Kind of the same for Endgame, right? My favorite theater experience that year.
I can't
But,
remember what my favorite movie that year was.
I know it wasn't Infinity War. I just can't
Oh,
remember it
100
either.
No, I'm talking about the Endgame year.
Yeah, that one I can't remember either. Was that the same year as
Endgame? What was Endgame 2019? It had to be 2019 because
It was the Rise of Skywalker year.
that was 20. That's 2019. Yeah,
Yeah.
because what's it called? Rise of Skywalker wasn't even my favorite movie that year.
No, that was far from it too.
But
for
again,
me.
I didn't watch Rise of Skywalker in theaters. I waited till Disney Plus came out and I watched it on there. So
Yeah. You missed a Star Wars movie in the theater?
yes,
Oh man.
just because there wasn't much hype around this Rise of Skywalker movie, at least from the people that I talked to. So I was just like, there's no point in spending money on a movie that a lot of oh my god, 1917 probably had to be my favorite movie of
That
year.
was really up there for me. Yeah.
1917
was great.
That's bro. That film is incredible.
What else came out that year?
There was like Spider-Man, I think one of the Spider-Man.
Oh, Far From Home was that year too.
Far From Home was
right.
that year, yeah. A couple others, not too like I think Shazam was that year.
Shazam was great. That
which
was
I
on
still
my
haven't
list.
seen. I still haven't seen.
That was in my
But
top.
Glass. I like Glass.
Glass was in my top. Yeah, I loved Glass.
Dark Phoenix was that year, but I didn't really like that movie.
Yeah, it was
all right.
man.
Captain Marvel was that year too.
Yeah, it was good. I really like
Captain Marvel was good. Godzilla King of Monsters. Still haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
that was the big year.
I haven't seen that one.
That was the big year for good old Uncle Bob Iger there, because
The third John Wick came out that year.
that was what made Bob Iger the first CEO in history to have 7 $1 billion hits. 7 movies crossed the $1 billion mark. Captain Marvel,
Jesus.
Endgame, Toy Story, Far From Home. Disney had 7 $1 billion hits. Rise of Skywalker, all in
Are
one
you talking
year.
about Bob Iger did Toy Story 4?
No, Bob Iger was CEO of Disney that year. He became the
Oh yeah,
first CEO
because Toy Story 4, yeah.
in history to have $7 billion hits in 1 year. Toy Story
Jesus
4,
Christ.
Captain Marvel.
Wait, Toy Story 4 did $1 billion?
Yeah, it made $1 billion. I know it's crazy to think about, but it did.
What the fuck?
Rise of Skywalker made the $1 billion.
That wasn't even my favorite of the Toy Story films.
It's not mine either, but I loved it quite a bit.
I did too.
Yeah.
I like Keanu Reeves in that. He was funny.
Oh, Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom.
He was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Give me more of that guy. I love Duke Kaboom.
Angel Has Fallen came out that year as well. I liked Angel Has Fallen. That was a good one. Gemini Man by Will Smith apparently was a really good film.
Yeah.
The Terminator Dark Fate came out as well.
I like Dark Fate. A lot of people were like,
oh, Ready or Not came out that year as well.
Yeah. What I like a Dark Fate to that other one I saw this year, where it was like
the other Terminator. Or?
Yeah, Terminator Dark Fate. Not another Terminator, but I liken it to another movie I saw this year. I remember reviewing a movie this year and being like, "Oh, Ghostbusters." I liken Terminator Dark Fate to Ghostbusters because I said the same thing about Ghostbusters. If people are pissed off, yeah, I get you, but I like the movie. You know, like, that's kind of how I feel about Dark Fate.
The three live action Disney movies came out that year. Yeah. Which I like. I like 2 of them, Lion King and Aladdin. The other one was Dumbo. Which
Lion King crossed the $1 billion too. I'm pretty positive.
I loved the Lion King live action.
I think it did cross the $1 billion.
And
that was another one of them.
The live action Aladdin came out that year, which I also liked.
Yeah, that was Aladdin crossed the $1 billion.
Bro, Will Smith
Pretty
is
sure.
incredible. Will Smith is incredible as a genie.
Yeah, so he had a lot that year that crossed that $1 billion mark.
Oh wait, the Joker. That one came out 2019 as well.
Yeah, not one of Iger's, but also crossed the $1 billion, which is amazing.
Joker,
yeah.
Actually, Joker's definitely up there in my top 5 of that year.
Yeah. It's a good thing that Hollywood had such a good 2019 because
Hobbs and Shaw was great.
They had to shut down in 2020. It's a good thing they had such a hot 2019, man.
I was gonna say they made so much money from so many movies. It's good. The Hustle came out that year, which is good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Knives Out. Jesus Christ, bro. That means so many good movies.
Move your mic a little further from your face if you would.
Just Parasite.
That's better. Thank you.
Parasite as well.
Yeah.
So many.
Parasite was up there. Joker was my favorite movie of that year, though. So thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, Joker. Yeah, Joker's my favorite that year as well. Yeah. 1.657 billion for the Lion King live action.
Yeah, there you go. That was another $1 billion hit.
And Aladdin. Did Aladdin do the same?
I think it did $1 billion. Yeah. That's crazy.
Jesus, Disney did. Wow. So that's the 7, right?
Yeah.
The 7 films.
So what do we have?
1.051. So you have Aladdin, Lion King, Toy Story. Shit.
Captain Marvel,
Captain Marvel. That's
Rise
3.
of Skywalker,
4.
Endgame,
Endgame 5. Did Spider-Man Far From Home do?
Far From Home also crossed the billion. Yep.
6.
Toy Story 4. Did we count that?
Yeah, we already did that one.
Okay, there was one more. I think
missing one.
I know there was one more Disney.
Was it? No, it couldn't have been Maleficent.
No, Maleficent did not cross the billion dollar mark. Sorry.
Nope, that's not that one.
There was one more.
Dark Phoenix definitely did not.
And that wasn't even Disney.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually Disney had acquired it at that point.
Please don't tell me it was this film. It was Frozen 2.
There you go. Yep, of course it was Frozen 2.
1.5 billion.
Did you expect any less though? I mean, that the Frozen franchise is massive.
I was gonna say, because I like the first Frozen a lot.
Me too. The first Frozen I like more than the second.
The second one, I still haven't seen the second one, but I refuse to see it anyways.
Why? It's good. Honestly. It's really good.
No, thank you.
I liked it. I gave it a positive review. I didn't like it as much as the first, but I liked it a lot. I thought it was a really good sequel.
1.265 billion.
Wait a minute. Did Incredibles 2 come out that year?
I think it was the year before.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
It was 2018.
I was like, there's no way Incredibles 2 didn't cross the billion. Or did it not?
Let me check.
Did it or did it not? Because
1.245 billion.
Okay. When did the second Jurassic World come out? Because that also crossed the billion. It wasn't Disney, but I'm just curious.
Jurassic World?
Yeah.
That the Fallen Kingdom one. It got, let's see.
I know it crossed the billion, but I just can't remember what year it came out.
It came out in 2018 as well.
Oh, okay. So 2018 and 2019, both hot years for Hollywood.
Both of the Jurassic Worlds got 1 billion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This new one will make it too. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah, the third one? Yeah.
It's going, if the first two did and they didn't even have the original cast, this one's going to make the billion having the original cast.
Chris Pratt's incredible.
Oh, he's great. I hated that last Jurassic World, but I mean,
I liked Fallen Kingdom.
You liked it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, good for you, sir. Well, that was I gotta tell you that theater experience if I haven't yet, because that was one of my favorite ones.
I didn't watch it. I think I did watch it in theaters.
So I hate this movie, right? One of my favorite theater experiences, though. So
it didn't do good on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, I hated that movie, but I'll tell you about this theater experience because it's one of my favorites. So I brought my buddy, shout out to them. My buddy Josh and my buddy Keaton went with me. I think Keaton ended up liking the movie, if I'm not mistaken.
Like Josh Richards?
Yeah, like Josh Richards. So you'll love this.
Oh, okay.
Because you know Josh. Josh is one of the funniest humans in the world, but
he's
yeah, but we were watching I was sitting next to him, and then our friend Keaton was on the other side of us, and we're watching this Jurassic World movie. I'm intrigued enough, like it was holding my interest, I think, in the first act of it. Keaton, I think, was really digging the first act. Josh is to the left of me, sound asleep. He was so bored by that first act of the movie. He wakes up, finally. I think he woke up around the time where that first dinosaur died, which I thought was an okay scene, by the way.
The Stegosaurus?
Yeah, where the Stegosaurus died.
Where the island was burning and the Stegosaurus in the back.
Yeah. Which I thought that was one of the better scenes in the movie.
And the redhead woman was crying, looking at it.
Yeah, and apparently so did Josh, because he finally woke up right around there, I think. So he's catching up on everything that happened before, and he's awake watching this. And I gotta tell you, dude, to me, and I am glad you like this movie, because I'm such a big fan of the franchise, and I really wanted to love it, because I loved the first Jurassic World. It was awesome. I love the original Jurassic Park, obviously trumps all of them, but you know,
of course,
yeah. But I mean, you know, so I like the first Jurassic World. I actually consider
Jeff Goldblum, by the way, also good.
Oh, I love him, but he was only at 5 minutes of that bullshit. But you know, he was. Oh, let's be real, it was bullshit. They completely misdirected.
Yeah, but that speech was amazing.
Oh, it's Jeff Goldblum. Of course it was good. But no, so I actually consider the first Jurassic World to be the best Jurassic Park since Jurassic Park, personally.
Honestly, yeah.
Are we both frozen now? This is wonderful.
I'm
never mind. We're back. It was
yeah.
My monitor really quick. I had to fix something. Sorry about that. So the first Jurassic World is the best since Jurassic Park, in my opinion, like the original. And then, so I was really looking forward to Jurassic World. Obviously, hated the movie, but Josh, sitting next to me, finally this part comes up where, you remember the part where Chris Pratt is like they're kind of playing with the idea that maybe he's, because first the little girl was like half dinosaur, half whatever, half human, which we were both just like laughing at that. That was the most ridiculous thing I think we'd ever heard. So we were laughing at that. Then Chris Pratt, I swear to God, they're going to make him half dinosaur. It's going to piss me off. Because then he's going around like punching motherfuckers like he's some type of badass. He's a dinosaur trainer, for crying out loud. But he's like punching out everybody and kicking ass, and this became just like a completely different movie. Josh and I kept laughing. I think we were the only two in the theater.
It's the Cobra Kai of Jurassic World.
Yeah, really, it is. I think Josh and I were the only two in the theater laughing. I think Keaton like kind of started to chuckle a little bit. Like, I kind of felt like I was disrespecting the people around me that were liking the movie. And so it was like embarrassing, but I just couldn't help. We couldn't help ourselves. We were like, this is funny to us. This is so bad. Like, it's funny. Then that scene came up. And where like the dinosaur like roared and that guy's like toupee, I swear to God they didn't mean to do this, it was an accident. Like the guy's toupee like flies upward. Oh, yeah. And Josh and I just died, and it was so funny to us that the kid behind us started laughing, and we just kept laughing throughout the rest of it because it was just that bad to us. And like by the time there was this really bad close-up shot of Chris Pratt where he was just like, Ryan, and it was the way he delivered the line and the way they did the close-up. By that time, Josh and I had everybody in that movie theater laughing at how bad this movie was, because like it just got too insane. Oh my God, I hated that movie, but the theater experience was fun. At least I could give it that.
Well, I'll you know what? Speaking of that, falling asleep. I remember I went to go watch Hunger Games, the Mockingbird Part 3.
Or Mockingjay Part 1. There was only two parts of Mockingjay.
Part two. I went to go watch it with 3 of my friends.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, like maybe like 5 minutes into no, not even that, probably like 2 or 3 minutes into the movie playing, my friend next to me is falling asleep. He's literally with his mouth open like this.
Oh yeah.
Sleeping, snoring, and like I'm just sitting there trying to watch the movie, and this dude wakes up literally maybe with like a little less than half of the movie left. He's like, "What did I miss?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, I'm not gonna explain to you what happened." He's like, "Okay," and just goes back. He just goes back to sleep. He watched like maybe like 10 minutes. He's like, "Oh, I'm bored," and it just goes back to sleep. I'm just sat there in the theater laughing. And like people in front of me are looking back at me. He's like, "Why are you laughing?" I was like, "Oh, my friend just fell asleep," and they start laughing back with me.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was the funniest shit ever, bro.
Did you try to throw popcorn in his mouth? You should have.
I did. Actually.
Oh, good.
I threw 6 and made. No, I threw more. I think I threw maybe like a quarter of my bucket.
Oh,
his mouth,
yeah.
And only missed like 5.
Yeah, I lost a quarter of a bucket of popcorn once.
I think that's actually why he woke up halfway through, because he started feeling shit in his mouth. And then he feels his mouth. He's like, "Is there something in my mouth?" And he starts chewing in his popcorn. He's like,
yeah.
"Oh no, I was just watching the movie. I didn't even answer." And then I turned over. He's like, "You good, bro?" He's like, "Oh no, there's just popcorn in my mouth." I was like, "Oh, okay."
I lost a quarter of a bucket of popcorn once. I'll tell you about this. I was watching John Wick 3 with my friend DeAndre. It was him and a couple other people we went to go see it with. And a great movie, great theater experience and all. I love John Wick 3, but we all did. But I'm eating my popcorn, and this is like at my theater, they had just like installed the tables, which I just wasn't used to apparently. So I didn't realize that when I swung it back over, because I was like trying to just push the popcorn aside, that it would swing as hard as it would. And the bucket just tips, and like a quarter of the bucket just goes all over DeAndre's lap. He looks at me and he's just like, "Motherfucker!" And he just like, he looks at me. I'm like, "I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry." He just like looks down his lap, looks back up at me, looks back down, just starts eating the fucking popcorn.
I would have done the same.
It was great though. Oh man, that was a fun movie. And he said that he had the best line ever in John Wick 3. No, not Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves didn't have the best line in John Wick 3. It was my friend DeAndre, because Keanu Reeves in the part, he kills a guy with a book in that one scene. And DeAndre just out loud made the whole theater laugh. Words do hurt. And everybody just like died. Like he said it at the perfect time. That was funny. There was another one that was really funny that I always remember theater experience wise. We went to go see Indiana Jones 4. I was obviously really young at this time. It was me and my buddy Lance, and my buddy Lance is sitting next to this guy. Well, we actually didn't think we were getting in. We got like it happened to me in Force Awakens and Indiana Jones 4, where we got the last 2 seats in the whole damn theater. Where somehow, even though it was a packed show, we just happened to get them. So Lance and I, we get the last 2 seats in the theater, and Lance is sitting next to this guy. The part, I'll never forget the guy's reaction, because the movie's so stupid. Indiana Jones 4, it's the worst one, obviously, but the part where they fly off the cliff and the car lands on a tree branch, and like the tree branch is like flimsy like a fucking cartoon and just holding the car steady. And so like when they hit the tree branch and the tree branch saves them, my Lance just goes, yeah, okay. And I'll never forget the guy just turned into him and going, hey. Like, he just thought it was the funniest shit in the world that Lance was in disbelief of that. And it was stupid. That movie has so many problems that's ridiculous. I can't wait for 5 though. I think Indiana Jones 5 is going to be great. I really hope it is. I love the franchise. We need redemption for 4 for sure. But
did you see that they released a first look trailer of Spider-Man Across the Multiverse?
Yes, I did. Let's talk about that, because
that was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah, for a teaser, I'm excited to see it back.
For a first look trailer.
The movie doesn't come out for another couple of years, so obviously.
No, what do you mean? No, this comes out October 7th, 2022.
I'm sorry. Till next year, not a couple of years.
Yeah, I was about to say.
God, it feels like a couple of years. Like it's crazy to think we're going into 2022.
This is only the first part, by the way, because they put on the first look trailer part 1, so we're gonna have another part, which makes me super excited even more now for this, because I enjoyed the first one so much, and I'm looking forward to this second movie. Seeing as we're gonna have a big villain in this film.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really, and having Gwen back with Miles Morales.
Good old Hailee Steinfeld. Great to see her.
What can't she do? Honestly, she's hella talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about it's multiverse, of course, because that's what it is. I like how now when you travel through the multiverse, they're in this hex tube now and not just glitching like they did in the first movie.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And every time you went through it, the hex things glowed up. That was really cool. I'm just really excited to see what this movie has to bring. Obviously the bad guys got the time watch thingy. And also the different kind of Spider-Man that we're gonna have in this film, because the last film teased that we're gonna have like Spider-Man from different countries, because obviously in this first look trailer he's teleported to India, which is really cool.
Right.
So I'm just ready to see the different Spider-Man that we'll have in this film and all that it has to bring, honestly.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, you're frozen.
No,
again.
I'm not.
Oh, okay. No, you were.
That was all I had.
Oh. I was just saying, no, you were frozen again for a bit there.
No, I wasn't.
You were for me.
No, I was just sitting here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, that's all. I liked it.
All right. Yeah. No, fair enough.
No, it's hard to judge on this. Like, it's like a little bit of footage.
Yeah.
It's like I liked it. Yeah. No, I mean it was it was good. It was good, I guess, for a teaser. Like I love that first movie so much, man. I do.
Same.
I think that I have faith in it. Sony is in the Spider-Man business, which obviously makes me extremely happy.
I mean, we're having Oscar Isaac back too.
Yeah.
Voicing the villain, which will be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I like that they're in the Spider-Man business, man. We're getting one Spider-Man movie per year at this rate,
animated and live action.
Yeah. Which I'm happy about. Yeah, I'm good.
I can't wait to see when they do a Miles Morales live action movie. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
That'll
you could pop up in No Way Home. Who knows?
I mean, anything can happen in this film.
Yeah, who knows, man? I mean, yeah, it's exciting stuff. Tom Holland, by the way, playing Fred Astaire. Did you see that? That's interesting stuff.
Dude, playing what now?
Fred Astaire.
What's that?
Oh, I forgot you're 10. So Fred Astaire was an actor from the 1920s.
I'm not 10, okay? Look, I know I'm young, but allow me.
Not 1920s,
Right.
like the 50s and 60s. He was like a dancer, actor, comedian.
I know stuff from that. I don't know a lot of stuff from those years, but I know some because I happen to have a parent who likes stuff, a lot of stuff from those years. So
Watch Funny Face, great movie starring R.G. Hepburn and Fred Astaire. Fred Astaire's really good, man. I mean, he's a very talented dude. I think it's interesting that Tom Holland's going to play him in a biopic. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Tom Holland is playing everything. Jesus Christ, man. He's
Yeah.
getting Uncharted, this and that. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
He's gotta stay relevant. I think, I think that's part of it.
I mean, him and Timothy Chalamet staying really relevant right now.
Yeah, I mean, how can he? He's got to stay relevant. Yeah, he is that guy like right now who's. I mean, he might be, in my opinion. I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but I think he's got that like Johnny Depp clout to him. Like he's gonna be.
You mean so many different, like so many things.
Yeah, I think he can. He's got the ability to get there. To where it's like he'll be on that Johnny Depp level, not like where Johnny Depp's at now, but like Johnny Depp in his prime. Like I think he'll end up there.
I mean, because like Johnny Depp is he even doing anything right now?
I don't think he can. I don't think he's
Yeah,
invited.
true. Still not. Yeah, still not.
I don't think anybody's inviting him to do it.
Even though it's not his fault, but
He's in a cologne commercial right now. I don't know if that counts for anything.
even though it's not his fault, but I guess they just
yet to be seen. Yet to be seen. I mean, we still have a trial, so we got to get through.
Well, as long as she's not allowed in anything either, then I'm fine.
Oh, she's allowed. She's an Aquaman too.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's sexist. Cancel her. Cancel. Yeah, cancel her.
I mean, you got to look at the facts, though, man. They did
The facts is that she abused him, not the other way around. That's the facts.
That's not what they found in the court.
The court's cancel the court.
I'm not saying that's what I want to believe.
I'm gonna go on Twitter and I'm gonna cancel the court.
Trust me, I would love to sit here and say Johnny Depp's guilty. Believe me, or Johnny Depp's not guilty.
Innocent.
Innocent, right? I would love to sit here and say that he's innocent of all this. It's just you got to go by what was found. I mean, the court
and what was found.
They found him guilty. The court found him guilty.
How? They have video proof?
We haven't seen the evidence, man. We just got to go by what the court said. I mean, the court found him guilty. WB did their own investigation. They all say that it seems like Amber Heard is not guilty in this. It's Johnny Depp. That's just what we got so far. So we have to go by that, unfortunately. Now there's again the U.S. trial pending. And we'll see. And he's come out. He says, he's got stuff that's gonna win him this case, and I hope he does. I really do. I'm rooting for Johnny. Yes. I'm pulling for Johnny. I would hate to think
if
of him
they
this way.
do a Pirates in the Caribbean 6, I want him as Jack Sparrow. I can't have anyone else. Either you have him or you just cancel.
Yeah. Did you hear about that, by the way? I don't want a Pirates of the Caribbean 6 at all, by the way. Because I thought that
I do.
4 and 5 were not good, but
on Stranger Tides. I love that film.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
I love. Obviously, the last one's my least favorite, but I like them all in their unique way.
That's good. That's good. Yeah,
one of my favorite It's one of my favorite franchises.
Now, don't get me wrong. If they announce Pirates of the Caribbean 6 with Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow, I'm all in. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna, I'll be excited as I can be because
hopefully I'm enjoy it more than the 4 and 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna hope for the best. I really am if they announce it, but it's not looking good right now. Especially now, this is just a rumor. Nobody really has this. It's not confirmed by any means, but they said that they're gonna do a Jack Sparrow movie without Johnny Depp, and it's just so weird to me that they would even think about that, because
that's what I mean. Either have him in it or just don't do any more at all.
Well, here's what you create. Right. You create there's no good business there because number one, people who are siding with Johnny Depp are not going to want to see it. People who aren't siding with Johnny Depp aren't going to want to see it either, because the fact is that character is still so connected with Johnny. That it doesn't matter what side of it you're on.
He is Johnny Depp. He is Jack Sparrow.
Right.
Like Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow.
Doesn't matter what side of it you're on. You know what I mean? It's not good business for anybody. So
I mean, I was gonna say the only way you're gonna make it good is that if you have Johnny Depp in there.
I don't
Like-
think it's true though. I can't see Disney being that stupid to have somebody else play that character at this.
That's what I mean. The only way it's gonna be good is if you have Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow. If you're gonna make a sixth one,
Yeah.
and if you're not gonna have him in it, just don't make another one. Just leave it there.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think fans will be happier if you don't make a sixth. If he's not allowed in it, then making a sixth without
Yeah.
him. Like, it's just smarter to leave it there if he's
Well,
not going to be.
Whether it's good or not, who's going to pay to see it? You know, it's just like nobody.
Exactly. If it doesn't have Johnny Depp, whether it's good or not,
Yeah.
no one's going to want to go. Like, I'm not going to go see it if they do make one without him. No, I'm just not going to go see it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to see it if he plays him. So
Yeah. No, I'm okay with like Pirates spin-offs that don't have Jack Sparrow. If you
just
want
don't
to do
make
that.
just don't do a Pirates of the Caribbean film. Just
Right,
make,
with Jack Sparrow, right.
I was
yeah,
gonna say, just
that's-
make a spin-off of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, like exploring
with
other
someone
parts of
else.
the
Yeah,
world,
exactly.
and that stuff could be very cool. I'm
Like,
all
for example,
for it.
like I just found out the Money Heist is going to be making a spin-off show
Yeah.
from the movie, since a lot of the cast wasn't going to be able to come back for another season, which is why they stopped it at season 5.
Right.
So yeah, go ahead, make a spin-off of the show. Cool. I'm happy. I'm excited. I'm ready to see where they take that. So Pirates of the Caribbean just kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
Just do like a spin-off series exploring, I don't know, one of the younger characters from those films,
Yeah.
their side or something, you know?
Yeah. I'm okay with that. Whatever you want to do.
the girl and guy from the 5th movie, kind of do like
Yeah.
a spin-off series of their life together or something like that.
Yeah. They've already been talking about it. I mean, you know, at one point Karen Gillan was in talks to do one, and now Margot Robbie is in talks to do one. I mean, I don't know. We'll see
That'd
where
be
they
sick.
go. Yeah.
I'd love to see Margot Robbie.
We'll see where they go. I mean, either one of those could be very cool.
Wait, the first one, is that the girl that was in the 5th movie?
Who? Karen
or-
Gillan? No,
Yeah.
Karen Gillan's from Jumanji, and she's Nebula.
Oh,
in
the
MCU.
redhead?
Yeah. Which either one of those could be cool. I'm down for it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Sick.
I'll watch it. It's a new direction, so I'm good with it.
I really like the girl that was in the 5th movie. The girl's in Maze Runner.
Oh yeah, she's actually really good. She's a good actress. I like her.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
like the movie, but I like her.
I like the Maze Runner trilogy, for example. Those are some great.
That is such a good trilogy, and nobody
Honestly,
talks
it's one of
about it.
my favorite trilogies right there.
I think it's
honestly.
underrated. Yeah,
Exactly, 100%. Like,
it was really good, man.
everyone in that film is incredible. It's great.
Of
great.
all the YA adaptations coming out at the time, that was the one I think that worked, in my opinion. That like Hunger Games was
Wait,
fine.
the what adaptation?
YA young adult like book adaptation.
Oh,
trilogy,
okay, yeah.
Because I mean, they were doing like Hunger Games, Divergent, and Fifth Wave, and all
Of
that
the
shit.
Divergent ones, I only like the first one.
I like
the
the
other
second one too.
As I said, the third one's my least. I think it goes in the
Yeah.
order. It goes 1, 2, and 3 in terms of my favorites.
Yeah,
The third one, it was.
And I really enjoyed Hunger Games as well. But Maze Runner, I love.
I was about to say,
Maze
I don't
Runner. Yeah.
like. For example, in Hunger Games, I like the first one a lot. The second one is
Yeah.
and the third one's just no. The Maze
Yeah.
Runner, I like. I love all 3.
And that's
Like, all
nothing to
3.
do with the fact that it happens to be the one that has the male lead. It's just that their male lead is Dylan O'Brien. So it was really
he's
it's kind of a
incredible.
tough, yeah.
Yeah,
And he destroyed, man. He was
I loved all 3 of the Maze Runner films.
And
I think it's one of the only trilogies that I like all 3 movies.
I remember seeing the second one the first time being like, but then I rewatched it and I was like, it's actually a really damn good sequel.
The
Yeah.
cliffhanger that they leave in that second one is
It's great.
Oh my
great.
god! Because I rewatched all 3 when they were on Hulu.
Yeah.
I remember watching
gotta
them
watch
through
them
again. And I watched this when I rewatched the second one. I imagined what it must have felt like back in the day when you didn't have the third one yet. Watching the cliffhanger for the second one, being
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, I need the third one already."
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some
That was
great
me.
films.
That
Yeah.
was me with it because I saw it in the theater. It was and again, I found the whole movie to be lackluster until I watched it again. Because when I rewatched it, I liked it a lot more. The first time I saw the second movie, I was like, I don't know. When I rewatched it, I was like, this is actually kind of a ballsy move because
Yeah, my favorite scene was in the second one was when they were about to all blow themselves up.
oh yeah, that was cool.
That was some heartfelt shit right there.
Yeah,
honestly.
that was cool, man. And when you watch the second one, it's interesting because it's not the more it's not nearly as like action packed as that first one, and I thought that was really ballsy of it to like actually make.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
only
pretty,
action. It's only action packed till the end of the
It-
second one when they get in the fight
Yeah.
with that government. Yeah,
which I just thought was ballsy. They kind of took away the
but I
suspense
guess
of the first, and
kind of in a way it kind of works because that one's more dialogue heavy than the first one.
yeah, I love it. I love it
Like,
now.
which I loved, yeah.
Now I love it. I think it's great.
And
now.
then the third one's also really it's kind of a mix of both actually.
Yeah, the third one's like best of both worlds. Yeah,
it's dialogue heavy, but it's also action heavy.
yeah, it's a good ending too, man. I really was satisfied.
Yeah.
That was one of the most satisfactory endings. I mean, come on. Hunger Games kind of struggled with their last two movies. I mean, let's be honest. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Divergent definitely struggled with
Definitely
its last
did.
movie.
Yes.
Oh my god, it struggled.
100%.
The
They left a cliffhanger on that the end of that third one.
Fifth Wave didn't go anywhere.
I haven't seen those.
I enjoyed the first Fifth Wave. It just didn't go anywhere. I thought I that's an unpopular opinion, by the way, to actually have enjoyed that movie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a cool little sci-fi movie. At least it was like aliens and shit. That's something new, you know. I mean, I liked it. You know, it was cool for what it was. I don't hate that movie.
I'm ready. You know, I'm ready for this Dune trilogy. That's what I'm ready for.
Yeah, Dune's taking over, man.
I can't wait.
Yeah, no, I genuinely think that.
I think Dune might become my favorite trilogy.
Maybe if let's hope he makes the third.
If part two and if he makes the second book,
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, Dune was phenomenal, man. I mean,
oh my god, yeah, Dune's my favorite movie this year for sure.
Astoundingly solid. I mean, it really.
And the
was.
IMAX experience of that movie. Oh my, it was so worth paying extra for it.
Cast is perfect.
I mean, you have like literally you have so many A-list actors in there that are all like top tier.
Just
Oscar Isaac,
perfect for the roles. Yeah,
Josh Brolin, Jason Momoa, Timothy Zendaya.
Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah, and now I'm excited for Zendaya in this next one because she's going to be a much bigger character, and
oh yeah, 100%.
That's
I mean, yeah, we're just gonna see more of the Fremen in this film, which I'm super excited. More of their lifestyle, how they live, and how Timothy's gonna adapt to that and basically become a Fremen himself as well.
Yeah, you have no idea how much I flipped out too. I mean, because Chani is probably my favorite character in the book outside of Duncan, Idaho, you know, and so like for me,
to get to those parts, I've just started. You know what? There's no chapters in this book. It's just book 1, book 2, and book 3. I mean, there's points where like it stops and it shows you like a passage from a book.
Yeah, it's not really definitive chapters.
Which is I was gonna say it's kind of like the end of the chapter in the beginning of a new one, but like there's no definitive chapters in the book.
It's like 3 books in one. Yeah, it's really interesting.
And I checked for the second and third one, and it's the same thing. They don't have a definitive chapter.
Yeah.
It just like stops, shows a passage from a book from Dune, and then continues on with
Except they're shorter.
Except those two are the second one is shorter than the third. The second one's the shortest one of the first 3.
Yeah,
it goes the first one, then the third one, then the second one. In terms,
I mean, I'm definitely gonna reread this first one and
try
to go.
That's the length of the second one.
Yeah, it's very short.
And then third one's a little bit thicker.
Yeah,
but yeah, this first one is so thick.
It's a project, man. It's a project.
Yeah, I mean, look at the thickness of this thing.
Yeah. That's
so thick. But honestly, I'm enjoying every single bit of this book so far. So
that's good, man.
I can't wait to see what I get into next in this book, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good book, man.
It is honestly it's one of my favorite reads of like all time, honestly. I haven't enjoyed any other book as much as I am Dune right now, honestly.
Oh, good. Because
I feel like I'm gonna be able to envision the entire movie as I read this book, which I've never been able to do with the book that I've read before. So
yeah, now that's kind of the special part of that, you know, reading the second part now, having seen the cast play the first part of it and just like knowing the tone of it, and it's cool, man. It's a cool feeling. You know, it was cool for me, you know, reading Harry Potter like that, because like when Harry Potter came out, actually I hadn't read the first book when Harry Potter came out, you know, so you know, I can, you know, continued those books, you know, having those actors in mind, having the tone of the movies in mind, and it was interesting, especially when they started switching directors, because then the tone shifted massively from what I thought the tone would be when I was reading the books. But it was still like cool to kind of have that part of it, especially since those books were coming out as the movies were too, which is always a plus. Well, maybe not always, but in this case, it definitely was for me. So. Yeah, man. No, I know the feeling, dude. It's good stuff. I can't wait for another Dune. Man, I'm right there
Oh,
with you.
dude,
I'm so excited.
oh my gosh, I can't wait. I guess that's the reason why I kind of fell off of that Ronin book, because only like the first two chapters were actually about the episode. Then the rest of it's kind of just like new shit. So
yeah.
I kind of just was getting kind of bored of it.
Yeah.
Which is different to this book, where I've seen the movie, and so I can envision basically the movie as I read this book.
Yeah. I still gotta read Ronin. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's I read like the first like 11 chapters, and I mean it's all right.
Yeah,
It's not like
through it.
It's not the best read.
Yeah. So the biggest problems with Star Wars books, and again, granted, I might like this one, but the biggest problem that they've had, the biggest hurdle they've had, is like some of them are so lackluster. I hate to say it, but some of them have been kind of lackluster. It's not Light of the Jedi was one of the most lackluster reads ever for Star Wars. I mean, that book was just I mean, it was such a bad way to start out that High Republic trilogy. With just I don't think that oh god, what's Charles Soule? I think he's such a hit or miss writer, because his Vader stuff is really good in the comics. Like he made some great Vader comics, wrote some great stories for that. And then when it came down to like his Poe Dameron stuff, oh god, man, shoot me, because like.
So what you're saying is that he's better at writing Sith stuff than he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Good side stuff. Yeah.
Because Light of the Jedi was all light side stuff, and granted, like it gave introduced you to all the characters for the High Republic, and High Republic has been better moving forward for damn sure. So far, I'm only in book 4, but it's been better. And like without all that setup, I might not understand what the hell's going on. So I got to give him credit. He set up a lot in that book. I just don't know that he did it very well. The execution of that setup is a little bit more where I had the problem. And I think it shows because. So I mean, like, High Republic kind of works like the MCU, right, in a way, because like you'll have like, guy almost said Vernestra. It's the character in the second book. So the second book is the second story that they wrote for the High Republic, but it's not technically a direct sequel to Light of the Jedi. You kind of see where I'm going. So, so it's like Thor. What Thor is, a Thor movie is to a Captain America movie. It's that analogy. Okay. So I think it's like Sea of Storm or something like that is like this new one or something, not Sea of Storms. That's like a Percy Jackson book.
Yeah, that's the Sea of Monsters.
Maybe it's something Storm. Something Storm is like
the newest High Republic.
It's one of the later ones. So this one was written by Kevin Scott, yet they call this a direct sequel to the Charles Soule Light of the Jedi, which I find to be interesting that Charles Soule just didn't do his whole series in the High Republic. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I bet you there was creative differences there. Like I guarantee they did not like that book, Lucas.
Talking about the Rising Storm?
Rising Storm, thank you. So I bet you they didn't like that first book that Soule wrote, because they brought on Kevin Scott to write what they're calling the sequel. So this would be like the Captain America 2, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like that. I liken it to that, which I'm excited to get to all of it, man. I really am. I liked that second book by she's a really good Star Wars writer. Really looking forward to her doing more. Justine Ireland did that second book.
Star Wars: The High Republic.
Test of Courage, I think it was called.
Well, Out of the Shadows was.
Well, that's her newest one. She's doing another one for High Republic.
A newer one.
Yeah, the one I'm thinking of.
How many books are there?
There's like 7 or 8 now. I got to get through them. I'm only on 4. And then they got the comics and stuff, so I'm working on it. But Justine Ireland's book.
Oh yeah, a Test of Courage.
That book was awesome. It was a really good High Republic book. It was the second one out. I was really happy with that one. That one is great because That
Oh, so
one
the two-
does
so the
deal
two-
with the
the two-
dark side a lot more.
So the two newest ones are the Light of the Jedi and the Test of Courage.
Those are the two first
Two,
ones.
the
First
two, those came out in those came out this year.
Yeah, they all did.
Oh geez, they just released them like that.
Yeah, they all came
One
out.
after
Those are the
another.
first two. Light of the Jedi was the first one, the Test of Courage was the second. And then there was another one by, I think it was Kevin Scott, did a children's book, which kind of was really good for them to put out because that one reiterated the story from the first book, except it fleshed it out so much better. You know, just seeing it with the pictures and all that, and like it was just fleshing out what Charles Soule wrote a lot better. And Kevin Scott's going to continue. Like, I kind of see like the Light of the Jedi storyline as kind of like the core of, that's like the Avengers of this universe, because that's where like everybody is kind of coming together, in my opinion, that storyline. But yeah, it's good, man. It's just, I know that's unpopular to say right now with High Republic. I like it. I do. I think it's good. I just need to get past some shit. That's all. Like I gotta work on it.
There's a book coming out in 2022 for the High Republic.
There's a lot in 2022 coming out for the High Republic. Yeah.
Yeah, one of them is called, I just saw it here. Where's it at? Here it is. I think, nope, not that one. This one. So Trail of Shadows.
Yeah, that one's coming
out.
Who's that one by?
Let's see here. Let me see if I can author.
Is that the Daniel Jose Older? Is that who that is?
Yeah. He's writing it's comic book miniseries.
Okay. Well, he wrote.
So they're coming out
with
they're coming out with 4 of this Trail of Shadows comic, and it's all by the same Daniel Jose Older.
Yeah, so he wrote book 5 in the High Republic series. So I'm excited to I'll get to his next. I'll let you know how he is, but he's yeah, I don't know anything about him. Maybe he has written for Star Wars before. I just haven't read it before High Republic. I know that but Justine Ireland's somebody we got to look out for, because she's written some good stories. She came out
with Out of the Shadows.
Who, Justine Ireland?
Yeah,
I think I own that one too. Yeah, I own that one too. I think that's book 6, I believe, in the series. Yeah, she wrote another one, so I have that one too that I gotta read. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. But the Justine Ireland, man, she wrote this Resistance book. It was the first time I'd read any of her work, and I was like, oh wow, this is a really good story. It was really good. It was based around Poe, Rey, and Rose, and it was actually a really good story. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I was kind of hoping that Rise of Skywalker would have played into that more, that book. Ended up not, but hey, it's all right. It was good. It was a good story. Yeah, but did you see this Patty Jenkins thing as well? Because speaking of Star Wars, because Patty Jenkins, so we had I'm so confused about what's going on over there at Lucasfilm, because Patty Jenkins
when have we not?
Right. It's so up in the air anymore, but Patty Jenkins she was going to do Rogue Squadron. They shelved it. At first their excuse was scheduling conflict. Then it came out that it was a creative difference. Now, this is the latest update. She left she was going to direct the Cleopatra movie, and Gal Gadot was going to play Cleopatra. She still is.
Ooh,
yeah, I'm all into that. I'm for it. But now Patty Jenkins left Cleopatra.
Okay, wow.
She stepped down from director. She's stepping down from director to producer. So she's still a part of it. I'm just assuming that's just to back Gal, though. I think that's the only reason she's going to stay on as producer, is to back up Gal Gadot and keep her on board. Now there's two kind of, this is kind of twofold. One thing's very exciting, because the exciting part of this is that the Falcon and the Winter Soldier director is going to now do Cleopatra. Casey.
Falcon Winter Carl Skolgren.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So
the Falcon Winter Soldier one, right? Yeah.
She's doing Cleopatra now.
Yeah.
So now, but the other thing about this is that Patty Jenkins is stepping down to focus on the Rogue Squadrons movie and Wonder Woman 3. So,
I was going to say, yeah, so there's a report here saying that Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie's back in play.
I think Deadline is the one who broke this one, but
yeah, Deadline, yeah, it was.
But they, so this is interesting, because first of all, was it a scheduling conflict then? If all she had to do was step down from Cleopatra to get it back up and running?
It doesn't sound right, but you know.
It doesn't, because how do you fuck that up? You know? Like, how did you like
well, so Variety has now put a release date on Rogue Squadron.
Oh really? Okay, what are you looking at? That's awesome.
December 22nd, 2023.
All right, so we're back on board. All right, good deal.
Yep.
Thank God. All right, we need Star Wars back.
Thank goodness we have this thing back. Oh my God,
that's exciting news. Okay, I'm happy about that. So
thank you. I mean, at least something positive has come out.
Yeah, good. Okay, so this is almost all good news. I'm a little sad that Patty's not going to do the Cleopatra movie, but
I'm just happy that Rogue Squadron is back. At least.
Yeah, but
fuck.
On the other side of it, I'm excited to see Gal Gadot do it, and I'm excited for the Falcon Winter Soldier director to do that.
Yeah.
It's almost a win all around. So
honestly, yeah,
I know some people would prefer she don't do Wonder Woman 3, but let's give her another try. Come on, I think she's.
Yeah, honestly, look, I didn't like Wonder Woman 2 that much, but I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, and because. Not only, I mean, really, I'll hold out because I just love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and I want to see more of her as Wonder Woman because I loved the first one so much, and she is a goddess. She is very beautiful, and I just want to see more of her as Wonder Woman. So, I'm just super excited for Wonder Woman 3 and for Rogue Squadrons. So,
yeah, I'll take them both. Yeah. And that's cool, man. I'm glad we're back on track. Gal
Gadot is another one she's doing a lot of stuff right now too.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I don't understand the criticism of her as an actress. I think she's very talented.
She's incredibly talented. Anyone who says she's not can lick my nuts.
I really think she's incredibly talented. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see her do more.
I'm just glad that we finally have this Rogue Squadrons thing back because
thanks for clearing that up. Because
remember we had a whole rant last episode about this whole Lucasfilm Rogue Squadron shit. So
I do wonder if they had to move it though, because it probably was originally going to come out.
Yeah, it was probably going to come out. Yeah, it probably was summertime of
Something
that year.
about the name Rogue Squadrons makes me think of the summertime. I don't know why. Like it just makes me think summer blockbuster.
Well, it could be.
It's the Top Gun thing of it all. I think. You know?
Yeah.
It makes me think summer blockbuster.
The whole piloting shit. Like
But December is a perfect month because I mean
Star Wars is also a December month.
Yeah.
When you think about when they release
absolutely
shit, it's always a Christmas thing.
It
also makes sense that it's coming out Christmas time of that year because Star Wars is just a Christmas release company. So.
Once Force Awakens came out and did gangbusters in the theater, I mean they basically just put their stake in December. And
really, when you look at it, like everything big Marvel and Star Wars is always December.
Yeah, I'm really happy right now. Like I am because like I was cranky for a while there without Star Wars on.
Looking up that Patty Jenkins thing, seeing that they finally put a release date on Rogue Squadron just really put a smile on my face because I was really pissed that it had got shelved and shit. So
we must have been grumpy because of that, whole thing. That's If there's not a Star Wars movie scheduled, it gets.
I mean, it pissed me off that day. I was like pretty pissed that day when I found out it was shelved. So
you just don't put that ad out if you're not on the same page. Like it's still kind of it's still irritating in a way.
Because they shelved it and went from it was scheduling conflicts, then it was creative differences, and now now she's back.
It's still irritating, but it's scary because we're kind of tipping the scale again. It's like it's scary, but we gotta hold out hope, man. And I hope that the Rogue Squadrons does happen in December and we actually make it there. Again, like I don't believe anything till I see a trailer, but it's because anything can get scrapped at any time. So and I know
even with a 2023 release date, we still won't get a trailer until next year.
Yeah, that's true. Probably not even Celebration.
Probably not even then. We'll get it probably in beginning of 2023, probably.
Yeah. I know you
So-
want to talk about this Morbius clip, but I'm not watching it. I'm letting you know right now.
Morbius clip. What clip? I haven't
Oh,
seen.
you didn't watch
anything.
it either? Good deal.
Wait, what
Good
clip?
for you, man. There's a 4-minute clip that came out.
You stay way more updated about shit than I do. I need to start looking into a bunch of look at news every day.
It pops up on my feed. That's the only reason I know. And stuff pops up.
What feed?
Like YouTube and shit. Like it just pops up in my feed. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
The only
need
reason
to
I stay
subscribe. I need to
updated.
subscribe to more of that kind of shit then, because
Yeah.
I didn't know there's a Morbius clip.
Well, honestly, just watch John Campea every day. I'm telling you, like, you just want to know the news. I mean, watch John Campea every day, but he'll give you an idea on it. But there's a lot of shows that do it. You don't even need to watch Campea. There's a lot of shows that do it. But subscribe to, what's the one? Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, IGN, all those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just subscribe to all those channels. I do listen to Campea to stay updated on the news. He takes me to work every morning, so on my drive. So I listen to him on my drive over to work. But yeah. So anyway, but
to be fair, you have a farther drive to work than I do. So.
No, granted, yeah, I'm yeah, without a doubt. So it keeps me updated and in the loop. But the thing I was gonna. Well, there is a Morbius clip, and it's like 4 minutes long. I'm not watching it. I don't see a need to watch it. I'm just gonna wait till the movie. I hate when studios drop the clips, and so for any of you guys out there who have seen it, sorry, we're not talking about it because I haven't seen it, and I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I didn't know about it. Haven't seen it, so I mean,
yeah, I don't want to know. I
might watch it after this. Who knows?
If it was a trailer, sure, but
because I'm the kind of guy who likes watching clips.
Yeah, I'm excited for the Morbius movie.
I just watched another clip that the Marvel channel posted that has to do with the next episode of Hawkeye.
Yeah, see, I'm staying away from that shit.
So when we watch the show, I'll know what that little clip is.
Yeah,
but
I'm staying away from that shit. I just want to see it and enjoy it,
Because I feel like those clips do kind of like spoil some more stuff about the film.
It's not even like spoilers. It's just like it's a part of the experience that I'm just not going to have now. It's like when I watch it as a whole.
It's 4 minutes of the whole like probably 2.5 hour movie.
Yeah, granted, I get that, but like, what if it's the best part of the movie too? It's like I want to like get as much enjoyment. I feel
like they're smart about it. They're not going to put the best.
You sure about that? Because they did that with that Bloodline movie, not Sony, or was it Sony? It might have been Sony.
Some of the Vin Diesel movie.
Yeah, remember that?
No, that's isn't it Bloodshot?
Bloodshot. I'm sorry. So they did that with that Bloodshot movie, and like apparently it was like I still haven't seen it, but everybody said that was.
I still haven't seen it either.
They said it was like the best 10 minutes in the movie that they put out, and that's the whole reason they did it, was to just get people to see it. And like, there's been like a lot of incidents like that where studios have, if the movie sucks, they'll put out a clip. There's been like a lot of that happens a lot, but I'm not saying that's the case with Morbius. I'm still excited about Morbius. I think it looks awesome.
Oh, same, 100%.
Yeah. But it's just like I don't want to like watch this because that's the other thing too, is I heard the scene is just absolutely amazing, and it's like I want to see that in the theater.
See, I'm not gonna watch it now.
Yeah, and I want to like get excited. I want to be the one. I might be the only one now jumping up and cheering, but at least I get to do it. It's like, I can't wait for that thing, and it's gonna be cool. I heard the scene is absolutely fucking fantastic.
I feel like I still will jump up and down even if I have seen a clip of it, because it's still the whole surround sound.
Yeah, it's great.
Ambiance in a theater. You're still gonna want to jump up and down because it's a different experience than watching it at home. Unless you have an actual theater at your house, then I mean,
there are certain movies I only watch one trailer of too. It's just like it depends. It's a case by case basis, but like there's certain movies like where I'll just only want to watch like one trailer, because it's like I just have this feeling that the next trailer is going to give too much away for me. It's like I'm sold. You don't have anymore.
Wait, did Dune only release one trailer? I'm trying to remember.
No, Dune released like 3, and I only watched 1.
I was going to say I only watched 1 because
that's not true. I watched the second trailer too.
I only watched the first one because I didn't want to have.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the other ones because I didn't want those other trailers to like spoil anything else.
Yeah.
So I just watched the first one and then just waited for the film. I was like, and the thing is, I had to like anytime Dune popped up on my screen when I was watching YouTube as an ad, I just had to like look away, like kind of look at the skip button only and then just skip it because I didn't want to. Because what if it was the other trailer? I didn't want to watch anything else from that film until I got to the film.
I think the best way to describe it is there are certain teasers that sell me on a movie to the point where it's like, I want to go into this as blind as possible now, you know, and it's like, I don't need to see any more.
I would say the same thing about Spider-Man, but I've already seen like 3 trailers and like a bunch of other cuts. So
yeah, that's a different thing though, because that one you're just so curious about, you know, it's like that you just have so much curiosity surrounding.
True, yeah.
So it's like, it's that intrigue of it, you know. So like it's different. It's like with Dune, to me, even though I'd read the book,
it's something different. That's why
it's just something different. Like Marvel movies, we just have so much curiosity about. Star Wars, we have so much curiosity about.
And it's like Spider-Man is because, you know, even though this is a different film, we have seen most of probably all the characters that are in this film. So it's like we've already seen them before. Yeah, it's a different kind of movie, but we've already seen all these characters before. Whereas Dune is something completely new and different, where you've never seen any of these characters before. Yeah. So yeah.
There's something with Spider-Man, you just want to be in the know. You know what I mean? It's like there's a big difference. With
even up until the day the movie comes out, you just want to be like in the know. Yeah.
And Dune, it's like it's one of those things where it's like you just don't know how it's gonna do. You don't know if this is gonna be a hype thing. So you just kind of go into it blind, you know. It's like, let me go into this as blind as possible, figure it out. Even though I read the book, it's different. But
I was gonna say, I mean, the movie made me want to start reading the book.
Exactly, so. And like you just things like that can hold like a lot of surprises for you. Not that Spider-Man won't. It's just like we kind of like feel like we know the surprises, and we just want to make sure we need confirmation for ourselves in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With Spider-Man, we need a validation for ourselves. Now, this is the interesting part about Spider-Man, though, is that now there was this release. Can't remember which corporation did it, but it was an official release of they had a trailer. Final trailer was classified in the, you know, on December 1st. And they said that it was going to be released on December 15th, which is 2 days before the damn thing comes out, officially. So supposedly there might be a final trailer on December 15th. That was the whole thing for Spider-Man now. But
you know what's the worst part is I won't be able to watch it.
The trailer?
That third one you're talking about.
Well, hang on. Maybe. But
no, because I'm flying that day.
No, I hear you, but maybe. Hang on. There's more to this. Here's the problem. So it was December 15th, but now that release date is gone. So they said that they made a mistake on that release date.
Okay.
Yeah, for the trailer. But now there's no release date listed for the final trailer. So now it's like, are we even getting the final trailer?
Yeah, it's either we're getting it any day before the 15th or we're just not getting it at all.
Now I have a theory. And folks, again, this is pre-recorded, so we haven't seen Hawkeye episode 4. But I have a theory. I think Hawkeye episode 4 is going to show Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin.
Oh, 100%.
I think it's 4.
I, without a shadow of a doubt, believe that.
Just a theory. Don't tell me anything you saw yet, but just a theory.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Anything?
You say you watched the clips for what's coming up next.
Oh, okay. Well, they've only released one clip.
Yeah.
That I feel like has to do with this next episode. So.
Okay, I see.
But it's just one.
Don't tell me anything. I don't even know if it.
I don't even know if it. But that's the thing is, I don't know if it is for this next episode or not. It could be for episode 5. It could be for episode 6. Who knows? But
it'd be strange if they released one for 5. But
yeah, it's probably for this. It's probably for this 4th one. But I mean, yeah. I mean, it wasn't anything huge anyway, so don't worry.
Okay.
It literally wasn't anything huge at all.
All right, fair enough. But just a theory. I think Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be in 4.
I strongly agree with you on that.
And then I think today, as you guys are watching this, and again, we haven't seen Hawkeye yet. The day you guys are watching this, we get the final trailer, and it's going to have Charlie Cox in it. It will be either the day of episode 4 of Hawkeye or the day after, because then it's like cat's out of the bag. We're bringing back the cast members of Daredevil. You know, it's like, so there you go.
Wait, you think Daredevil's gonna be in the final trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home?
Yeah, because I think they're gonna show Vincent D'Onofrio in episode 4. Boom, cat's out of the bag. We're bringing back the cast, and then we're gonna show Charlie Cox in final trailer. Shit. I think it's a good theory. I think it's fair.
Honestly, you know what? Yeah. I'm not mad at it, and I would. I'm not. You know what? I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. I think it makes sense because it's like
it does.
At this point, I am like, because we were talking when we were watching we were kind of like pausing and shit. You were telling me your Kingpin theory. I was like, no way. But then I saw episode 3, and like,
Did you rewatch it after the day we watched it?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
You look at him too, man.
Hearing,
He's like,
you
come
hear,
on.
you hear
The
his laugh.
chuckle and
The chuckle when
and
it's when he's talking to Maya, that chuckle he gives and all. Yeah, and they refer to him as Uncle.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember when she was pulling up to that garage where her father was killed. They had a sign that was called Fat Man Repair. That kind of hints at Kingpin as well.
Yeah.
The fact that Hawkeye was saying how he is up at the top, he'll do anything to stop you or whatever. He's very dangerous. You don't want to mess with him. It was just a bunch of hints to Kingpin in that episode.
So, yeah, I think it is. I really am convinced it's him now, and yeah,
you're welcome.
You had it, and then like, yeah, I agree. I just didn't see evidence when you first told me, and then like now that I've seen the episode, obviously, it's my opinion's changed. It's the great thing about human beings is we can change our opinions as we get new information. But yeah, man, I think it's him. And I think like Kevin Feige's now confirmed as much, right? Because Charlie Cox is going to be the Daredevil if we see him, and like who else is going to be? I was
gonna be Kingpin. I feel like as soon as he said, "Oh, if we get Daredevil," that almost gave me a hint towards that, like Daredevil might be in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Even if Daredevil's not in No Way Home, it basically verifies the same rules apply to Kingpin.
Yeah, exactly. Kingpin's gonna be in. It's gotta be him. It's gotta be Kingpin.
And I can't tell you how much that excites me because Vincent D'Onofrio's version of Kingpin, one of my favorites.
100%. He's incredible.
Oh my god, he's good as Kingpin.
He fits the role so well.
Yeah,
honestly,
he's just so good.
I loved him. I loved him in the show so much. He was incredible. And same with Charlie Cox. He was like, he's one of the best, if not the best Daredevil.
So, $1 million question is this: if we're going with if Vincent D'Onofrio shows up as Kingpin, if Charlie Cox shows up as Daredevil, are they the same iterations, or are they just playing these new iterations for the MCU? Which I think is a fair question.
I'd say the same.
Think so?
Yeah. Although it'd be cool to see a different kind, only because this is almost like a different universe time. So it'd be cool to see them play different.
The ones in the Netflix shows could be considered variants, right? Because
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. You can go back to the whole Loki variant thing. I mean, these two could be different variants.
Yeah.
So which would be really cool to see different. I've always told myself, I've always said here on the show, when it comes to Marvel, I always like to see something different. So give me different.
So I'm gonna say this for the audience too, because I know that like not everybody's locked into the Marvel Netflix situation. Like I know everybody's locked into the MCU right now and what's going on with Spider-Man. I get that, but not everybody's locked into the Marvel Netflix situation. So to take you back in time a little bit, I think Infinity War was coming out, and basically all the Netflix shows just basically got dropped by Netflix. Kind of had their own Marvel shows that weren't necessarily connected to the MCU.
Is anything from Marvel still on Netflix?
I mean, the seasons are, but they're not ongoing. So everything that was like ongoing just got canceled all at once on Netflix.
I was gonna say like Punisher did.
Yeah,
I know that was gonna get a new season.
Punisher, Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Defenders. I think they called them, right, and like that the whole thing where they teamed up and everything.
Wasn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. on there? Or still is?
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was it might be on Netflix, but I mean I'm saying it's like that. Feige's already said that's no connection to my MCU, he's already said is the whole thing with that. So, but I guess that's more directly connected than Daredevil per se, or has been. But I would say,
well, I guess not anymore.
Well, no, because Feige's like Feige pretty much said, I don't like that show. I don't like that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
And now that Daredevil's coming back to the MCU. Daredevil's more connected than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, interestingly enough, but yeah, man, I think
I feel like we're gonna get Punisher too now in the MCU. I feel
it'd be a hard sell.
Because I
Only
mean,
because
where there's Daredevil, there's Punisher, because they've both had crossover episodes together in both of their shows.
the only thing I have with that, and I'm not saying no, I'm saying it's going to be a struggle, because while Daredevil always rode the fence as far as being a dark show, you could get away with that iteration in like a PG-13 setting. Punisher, even though he crossed over into Daredevil, I'm not so sure that you can do that show or do that. I don't know that it would work out as well in the PG-13
here it is.
setting.
Do a different iteration.
Fine, but I'm not saying no. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying no. I'm saying it would be a harder sell for the fans, because the fans know that you wouldn't get that same Punisher. You know what I mean? Like, they know right off the bat it wouldn't be nearly the same.
I mean, yeah, I just want to see Punisher back. Honestly, I miss him playing Punisher. Honestly, I want to see him back.
Yeah, he's a great Punisher. I'm not denying that at all. Yeah, it's just, it'll be interesting to see, because I think we'll get some answers soon. Hawkeye. Regardless, I really have a good feeling about this one. That
I do. Honestly, I've had this Kingpin theory, and I'm sticking to it. It's gonna be him. He's coming this episode.
If not,
I can feel it.
Worst case scenario, we get him in the post credit at the end of the whole show, but
it's gonna be him facing backwards.
Yeah,
they're gonna be taken to his lair. They're taking him to his lair, and it's gonna be him facing backwards.
I'll be like, don't do that to me, Marvel. Show me his face. Let me know it's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Don't cock tease me like this. Don't blue balls me.
I think it's coming in episode 4, and I also think that.
All right, here's a question.
Yeah.
When do you think Yelena's gonna come?
4.
You think she's gonna be in this one as well?
Yeah, I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling. I don't know.
Imagine it's a post-credit scene, and it's Yelena and Kingpin standing next to each other facing backwards.
Yeah, we have 3 episodes left, man. I mean,
actually, it could be Echo, Yelena, and Kingpin all facing together, away from Hawkeye and Kate Bishop.
I think Kingpin, Yelena, Val, John Walker.
Yeah.
I think they're all connected in the same.
You think John Walker? That's the guy who played Captain America, right?
Yeah.
You think he's gonna be in this?
Well, he played Walmart Captain America and Falcon Winter Soldier. Yeah.
But you think he's gonna be in this?
Yeah. No, I think no. That's not what I was saying. I think John Walker, Yelena, Val, that whole thing.
Oh yeah, they're all
Kingpin,
connected.
I think it's all connected to one big circle. Yeah.
Same with Carter. I think that's all connected as well.
Yeah. So
I
feel like
I feel like it's gonna be Echo. If we do get Yelena, I think it's gonna be Echo, Yelena, and Kingpin all facing away from Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. You know what I think is gonna take them there? Jack and Kate's mom.
Oh yeah, that's a good theory. I think
they're gonna be involved. Only why? Because Jack is definitely working for Kingpin, 100%, no doubt about it. And
that works.
And I feel like his mother, or her mother, Kate Bishop's mother, is also a widow.
That checks out.
From the Black Widow, with Scarlett Johansson and Yelena. Because remember, you know how agile she was in that show. You know how she was able to like hit the carrot and like catch in her mouth and shit. How she's very agile. I feel like she's also a widow. So I feel like her and Yelena have been working together this whole time. Same with Echo, because I feel like Echo's also a widow from Black Widow. So I feel like it's all 3 of them are like connected.
Kind of checks out. It kind of checks out.
Because in the comics, Kate Bishop's mother was a widow from the Black Widow things, and so was Echo. So they're just all connected for sure. They're all working together, and oh my god, I'm just.
So what's Jack gonna do?
This is making me too hyped for the movie or for this next episode.
So what's
Jack
gonna do when real quick, because when he sees, so he's got Hawkeye, right? Because we saw him with the Ronin sword at the end. So what's he gonna do when he sees Kate Bishop? Is he gonna turn her into Kingpin as well, or is it just gonna be Hawkeye? That's the question. Because I think that Jack is definitely trying to win the mom over. I think that's definitely clear, and I don't.
And he knows that Kate Bishop knows about shit that he's been doing.
True, but I don't think he would compromise her life for it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think.
No, I feel like the mom's over her daughter, like over her bullshit. that she doesn't care really anymore, and I
You
feel
think
like
it's
Jax is
that
gonna.
bad? You think it's that
Yeah,
severe?
I honestly
I'm
do think it is that
suspicious of the
severe.
mom, but I don't think it's that severe. I think she still loves Kate. Like I do. I think she still has a lot of love for Kate Bishop. Like I don't think it's that severe of a thing. You know, like I think she still has a lot of love for Kate Bishop.
Maybe you know what? Maybe she does take Kate Bishop with Hawkeye, but tells Kingpin to spare her, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with Hawkeye.
Think Kingpin's gonna do that shit though? No, I don't. Even if he says it, Kingpin's not gonna listen to old Jack.
No, the mom, the mom.
Oh,
If the mom brings them to, the mom's gonna be like, "All right, you can do whatever the fuck you want with Hawkeye, but spare my daughter."
oh, maybe I could see the mom. Maybe
That's what I mean. Yeah. So in the comics, Jack is his character is called the
swordsman.
Yeah, swordsman. So he's definitely got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah.
As we saw with the whole fencing thing with the daughter. So I feel like they're all connected together, all working together, and they just all want Hawkeye dead, which is where I feel like this. So this, I'm gonna jump ahead a nice bit. I feel like the last episode is gonna be Kingpin, or it's gonna be Hawkeye dying, and it's gonna be Kate Bishop taking over as Hawkeye.
It's possible. It's very possible.
I feel like he's definitely not returning for Christmas back to his family.
Really?
And I feel like in the last episode, it's gonna be the last scene is gonna be his wife and kids seeing on the news that Clint Barton's dead.
Oh wow.
I think that's how the show's gonna end.
I don't, but it's not a bad theory. I don't think he's gonna die in this season. I don't.
Either that, or he gets out very injured back to his family, and he just decides at that point, I almost died. I'm gonna retire.
Retirement's a better theory. Yeah.
I'm gonna retire this whole Hawkeye thing, and I'm gonna let.
I think it's more likely.
I'm gonna let Kate Bishop, this girl who's a very great archer, take over as Hawkeye for me.
It's gonna be interesting, man. We're halfway through the season.
Because she does, and because she does in the beginning when she was doing that whole prank with the tower that she destroyed, she was wearing purple and black, which is the colors that she said his new outfit could be, with the H on the head. So I feel like that was a little hint at Kate Bishop taking over as Hawkeye.
Sure. I think it's like it's really hard, man, because you got 3 episodes left. You got a lot to cover if we're gonna go down this road. And like Yelena is confirmed to be in it.
Wait, how many episodes is this gonna be?
6 episodes, so we got 3 left. So a lot to cover.
Christ.
A lot to cover in 3 episodes if we're going down that road. So
how many episodes did the other ones have? One had 8, right?
Wanda had 9. WandaVision had 9. Falcon Winter Soldier 6, Loki 6, and this 6. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So WandaVision's been the longest one. Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of has to be too, because she's like one of the most complex characters.
Well, the episodes were also shorter for WandaVision too, so they were able to get.
Yeah, they were like 20-30 minutes, right?
Typically, yeah. Some of them ran for like 45, but it was like the last 2, I think, only ran for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, the other ones ran for like 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah.
So they had a little more wiggle room with that.
I feel like the Loki ones have been the longest ones, that's for sure.
But you're right. WandaVision was the most complex. They did need more time to do all that. Yeah. It just, if we're going to go down this road with Hawkeye, that's also very complex, is my point. So I'm not saying no to
especially with the kind of characters that we're possibly, or that have been confirmed and that we are most likely going to get in this show.
I'm just saying, like, how do you cover it all? You know, that's like, it's so much.
Well, these next 3 episodes are probably going to be the longest ones.
Yeah,
if not this one, the last 2 are definitely going to be the longest episodes for sure.
Last one's going to be a.
I feel like the last one's going to be like at least an hour.
What if it's like an hour 20, like a movie length? That'd be great.
Please give me like an hour and a half, please. I would love it.
I never understood why Disney Plus had this hesitancy to. It's not that I don't think that they told some pretty good stories out of their TV shows, because they have, and you tell the story of, across the amount of time you need for the story. Whatever, I'm good with that.
I mean, I've preferred the shows to some of the movies.
It just seems like they have a big hesitancy to make longer episodes, though, too, at the same time, because. Like, look at like Game of Thrones, man. A lot of those episodes are like an hour and a half. It's like, and that's
Loki didn't really fail in that aspect, because
most of them were at least 45. Yeah, they were. I was gonna say 45.
Most of, like, I think half of them were like 55 minutes to like an hour.
True.
And 10.
Yeah, Loki had a better runtime for theirs.
Yeah, but I feel like that's also because it is Loki and the whole TVA variant multiverse shit. You kind of did need more runtime for that too. Whereas
Yeah,
Falcon
of
Winter
course.
Soldier and Falcon Winter Soldier didn't really need that long of episodes because in
Yeah.
the end, it is just Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so you don't
Yeah.
really need that much runtime. Whereas I feel like Wanda also probably needed like at least 45 minutes for the first like 6 episodes, and then the last 3 like longer,
Yeah.
like they were. But I mean,
I
it
just
is what it is.
feel like, again, I feel like they've been hesitant on it though. It's just, I don't know why. It just feels like when they start to get to that 1 hour mark, they start to like, oh, we can't do that. That's pushing it. It's just weird.
Oh,
to me.
we're about to make a movie for an episode. No,
Yeah.
it's too far.
But then again, like I said, make it the length that you need for the story to play out right. I think Mandalorian did a great job at that. Like,
and those episodes were like 40 minutes to
some of
almost an
them
hour
were
too.
20 minutes. There was
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 episodes of Mandalorian that were like 23 minutes long. It was like,
Then the rest of them were
It
like
worked.
40 to 50 minutes long.
but it worked. It's like they
Yeah.
told the story. They used the length they needed for the story. It's just the way that Disney Plus has paced their episodes has just been different than
I've
any
appreciated
other way.
that show. I've appreciated that show now even more, especially after watching the making of.
Oh, Mandalorian's great. It's their best
Dude.
show so far.
Oh,
Um,
it's Disney's best show so far for sure.
Yeah, it's easily
For
the best one
sure.
they did.
For sure.
In my
And
opinion.
that's why I'm super excited for season 3, man. And Book of Boba Fett, man.
Book of
I'm
Boba
so-
Fett's gonna be
oh my
great.
god,
I have
dude,
a
that's
good
gonna.
feeling.
Oh, same.
I hope they did what they did with Mandalorian in the first episode, make it like 55 minutes long, because that was awesome.
Please.
And the season 2 of Mandalorian did that for their first one. That was great. And
I feel like Mandalorian's gonna do the same thing for the first episode of season 3.
I think season 3, we have a very good chance of just getting the longest episodes Disney
I
Plus
feel like
ever
they're.
put
I
out
feel like
in
they're.
season
They're.
3.
I mean, I feel like their shortest episode length is gonna be at least 45 minutes.
Yeah. So
for each
watch us
episode.
pull up episode 4 for Hawkeye, and we see like an hour 20-minute runtime. We're like, all right,
Dude,
we're
honestly-
done bitching.
honestly, please, because I will be so happy. I'll
Yeah.
pull up some alcohol and just chill
Yeah.
and watch.
Then we'll be like, all right, we're done bitching. Forget it. Yeah, because that would be the dream, man. But yeah, dude, I mean, this is this stuff, dude. It's crazy, man. I mean, we're in the I say the brink of it. It's like it's of the MCU.
I mean,
it's-
we're like a little past halfway now.
yeah. It's
Of
just
this show, so
it's cool with Spider-Man coming up, man. Again, I know, just to bring it full circle again, because it
I
is
feel,
that thing of,
one more thing. I feel like
Yeah.
Hawkeye, this Hawkeye show might tease a little something for Kate Bishop with Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania.
yeah, maybe
It could.
it's possible. Probably at the end,
Like maybe like
yeah.
I was gonna say a post-credit scene in the Hawkeye show might tease something for that.
Maybe we get Kang,
Which
at the end.
I feel like would be pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe Kang comes in at the end or something, and we figure
The
that
same,
out.
and I want the same guy who played him in Loki.
Oh, we
which
are.
they
Jonathan
it's
Majors
confirmed
is
as him,
playing
yeah.
him. Yeah, it's confirmed. Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be a different side of Kang too,
Yeah.
not that silly, jokey Kang we got in Loki, but more serious. I want to destroy the world, Kang.
Yeah. Yeah.
The King the Conqueror.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say about Spider-Man. I had something really cool there, and it just completely threw me off. I was going to say something about the fact that, well, I mean, first of all, it's like, okay, this is what I was going to say. So with Endgame, you get to the end of that, it's like, what do you do? How do you continue this? And like they've done an okay job at that so far. I mean, Shang-Chi was a massive hit. But like, look at this, man. Like Spider-Man, I think, is going to be the movie that's going to be like definitively, this is how we're continuing the MCU after Endgame. This is what we're doing. We're throwing everything at you, and you're gonna love it. It just seems like they haven't slowed down, which is
It's
awesome.
it's gonna set up so much stuff for the next MCU movies to come.
Yeah. It's just they haven't slowed down. They're not slowing down. They're gonna keep chugging along and making these movies that can still make. I guarantee Spider-Man hits the billion at some point.
Oh,
I mean, yeah,
No shot, without a shadow of a doubt.
and Spider-Man's gonna hit that $1 billion mark. I guarantee it. And like, it's cool that they just don't slow down with these big event films. They're still gonna continue to hit us with surprises, whether it be on their TV shows or movies, and it's awesome, man. It's an awesome feeling. It really is, man. Like, my excitement level is way up here for Spider-Man, like way up here.
100%. Same.
And it's hard not to, for the audio listeners, I put my hand way above my head. But see, for me, like, that is, I live for this shit, man. Like, I do, I really do. It's awesome. And Tom Holland, man, I see all the credit in the world, genuinely, at the end of the, not all the credit, but a lot of the credit does come down to Tom Holland and Zendaya and this whole thing that they've built together, because, like, not in real life, but in, like, the movie relationship, because and maybe real life helps it complements it, because the thing is that this is like a spider. If Tom Holland came in and nobody gave a shit about his Spider-Man, right? If he made like Spider-Man Homecoming and everybody hated it, like, just imagine that. Would we really give this much of a shit for Andrew and Toby coming back? I think people would go see it still, but I don't think it would be as big a deal. Like, we want to see the three great Spider-Men together. That's kind of like, I think
it's also the fact that we're gonna have villains from their universes as well, from Toby's universe and from Andrew's universe, coming into this film, and them three having this big final boss fight between all these villains that are from all their universes.
But if Homecoming and Far From Home are pieces of shit, you're gonna look at these trailers and be like, yeah, they're really trying everything they can. You know what I mean? To try to make this good, rather than these are great movies and they're just making them more great, which is how we're looking at them now. It's just
right.
This is an actual, like, we trust in the storytelling enough at this point, and that this is what I think is so cool, that we trust that this is going to make narrative sense. Because if the last two movies were shitty, we'd still go see this one probably, but it would be like a little less exciting. It'd be like, yeah, it's Toby and Andrew are going to be in it, but of course they have to be because they have no ideas left. And that's just not how this feels. It feels like this is more so than just a fan event. This is the ending to a trilogy. It's awesome.
The whole multiversal storytelling part that, they've brought all these villains from different multiverses. That we see why Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are going to be in, Tobey Maguire are going to be in this film, is because they've narratively set up this film to where they have to be in this film to help Tom Holland defeat these villains,
and we just trust in that. That's great,
100%,
and we just trust that they're going to do it right. I love that about this.
And I honestly can't wait to see Venom in this as well. That's another thing.
Yeah. It's a sad thing with Star Wars right now. I mean, not on the TV side so much, but with the movie side, if they show something like, let's say Rogue Squadrons comes out, right? Like a trailer, I mean. And this is a big stretch, but let's say Darth Maul showed up in the Rogue Squadron trailer. Sure, you'd be excited, but you would also kind of feel like they're desperate, a little bit.
But this at the same time, we do want to see more of Darth Maul in live action, because the last time we saw him, he was kind of half and everyone thought that he was dead.
Yeah, but you would not trust them one iota to have that make narrative sense, especially since it takes place at the end of Rise of Skywalker. Right. But that's my point. This idea is that they're doing in Spider-Man is far more ridiculous, but yet we trust them to have it make narrative sense. It's kind of cool.
It's Far From Home.
True. It's cool though. Like, it's actually cool. Like, if you'd have told me that they were going to try this years ago, I would have been like, you are fucking crazy. There's no way, This is where I feel like I prefer Kevin Feige to Star Wars movie directors, because he's just been doing it for so long that he knows how to do it. Well, it's Kevin Feige to Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, that's the comparison.
So that's what I mean. Like, he's just been doing it so much longer than her.
The right directors, especially with John Watts for Spider-Man. He's done great stuff.
That's the thing, is he's been doing this so much longer than her that he understands it. He's more of a fan of the MCU than Kathleen Kennedy is of Star Wars.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we trust him enough to guide us down this. It's cool, man. It's like,
at this point, I'm trusting him more than I'm trusting Kathleen, which I feel like I always have, but
yeah, I know I talk about spiritual connections too much on the show, but I really do feel spiritually connected to this movie. It's like there's something going on here. Something's happening here, and you got this other side to it too, where
I feel connected to the Dune movie.
Yeah, well, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, sure, 100%.
But yeah. I'm definitely super connected to this film. I honestly I can't wait.
And there's something to it, man, because it's like, you look at the pandemic and stuff, right? You look at that, and it's like, we came out of a shitty fucking year, dude. We came out of a shitty fucking year that we need this. as
I
fans.
mean, yeah, Black Widow wasn't the best.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about 2020, where we had no Marvel movies.
Oh, we didn't have shit. We didn't have anything.
A Black Widow all you want, I'll take it over no movies, you know, and like, you know,
I was gonna say, yeah, we had nothing that year.
that's what I mean. And like, so we're
Yeah.
coming off the shitty fucking year, and like, we're gonna end this year with a bang, you know, of just incredible shit. And like, I really feel that way when it comes to Spider-Man, because in Spider-Man, he kind of instills this like sense of hope in everybody. I think this is my point. This is what I'm getting at. I think the success of this movie is more than just the speculation of Andrew and Toby. I think it's more than just the villains coming back. I think there's a personal thing here with all of us, you know, who just grew up with the character.
I was gonna say it's more than just the actors portraying the characters in this film. They're trying to get personal connections to the fans.
Yeah, and it's all of the shit, dude. All the shit that we went through last year with COVID and everything that we had to go through just in general as human beings. This is a big deal to us. It's like we want to go out, we want to just enjoy a movie and have a good time and have the most amazing time ever. And like we're all kind of hunting for that right now, you know? Like, and this is that movie that's going to give that to us. It's a very special thing that should not ever be overlooked. You know what I mean? Like this should never be overlooked as like just a movie, you know, seriously. And I would say that about a Star Wars movie right now. Let's say there was a Star Wars movie coming out at the end of December that everybody was excited about, as this. Unlikely, but let's say there was, you know.
No, imagine a Sith-based movie.
Sure, whatever it may be, it could be anything that gets us this pumped and excited. It's so much more than just the movie. And like, it's cool. You know, it's cool. It's cool that we're alive for this. You know, like I feel like this stuff like this makes me feel very grateful for life and
same
and shit like that. You know, because like we might not have been around for something like this. You know, like there's just like, you think we're living in one of the best times ever.
Bro,
we are.
COVID could have ended us.
Mm-hmm. We're living in just one of the best times ever, and like let's look at something as it might seem small to some people. There's some people out there that I know are not connected to the MCU. They don't really care or whatever. But like for us, let us have this day, because this is like we're gonna rejoice, you know, with this movie. We're coming in droves, man. You know, we're going into that theater excited as hell, and I think it's awesome, man. I think it's awesome that all of us fans are gonna be sitting together, hanging out, you know, just excited for what's going to come out of this roller coaster ride of a movie. You know, that's how it's going to feel. It's going to go by like that. It's going to be a 2.5 hour ride, but it's going to go by like that. And in the snap of a finger. I hope I just didn't wipe out half the universe there. And it's just going to be, and it's just, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I've just
start walking down the streets tomorrow. You see a bunch of people just start disappearing into dust.
Right. It's like, what have I done? What did it cost? Everything.
And you get sent to that red dimension.
I watched. So like I said, I'm on Endgame now, so I just rewatched Infinity War. Had a great time with it.
What did it cost? Everything.
It's cool to see all these movies again, the MCU films, in like its timeline order.
You did watch that cut that they took out of Endgame where Tony was actually sent to the same dimension.
I didn't watch it. No, I know Thanos they released it in theaters.
They did, and for a short time, and they cut it out, and they released it on YouTube. He basically got sent to the same place where Thanos did, and in front of him, instead of a young, you know how for Thanos it was a young Gamora, for Tony it was an older version of his daughter.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And she, you know, he goes up, you know, he's crying. He goes up to her. He's like, "How's mom? You know, strong like you. Did you get over me?" And she said yes. Wow. And so that finally made him, you know, come at peace, and he was able to leave that red dimension in peace. Because you're sent there. Awesome. You're sent there because you're mourning. So you know he was finally at peace, so he's able to just move on. So that was like the scene that was in the background of the scene. It was like that little doghouse or whatever that his daughter always like going to play at and stuff. And she was a lot older. So it was a really cool scene. It made me cry.
Thanos killing Gamora, by the way, is a brutal ass scene.
Dude, that made me cry.
To watch. It's sad. First of all, you know.
Also, you know, it's the same with the Black Widow Hawkeye scene was also
honestly, heartbreaking.
Oh my god, yeah.
But it's insane to think about it with the Thanos one, because Thanos is the villain, and it's like,
Yeah, and Gamora's like, you've never loved anyone. He's like, yeah, not true.
yeah, because you actually kind of feel for Thanos in the moment. Obviously, you're mourning a little bit more for Gamora after that,
Because you know that she's about to die.
Well,
at that point.
it's like they did such a good job at making you fall in love with Gamora too. I mean, throughout the whole thing, and like, you know, yeah, watching her death was tough, man. And Zoe Saldana destroys as Gamora. By the way, she's a great fucking actress. I love her as Gamora. She is awesome, and yeah, man.
They actually also cut out another scene from Endgame,
Which was?
and put it on YouTube. It was the scene where Scarlett Johansson and Jeremy Renner were fighting. You know,
right,
who sacrificed. They cut out a part where Thanos actually showed up on Vormir with an army and actually just ended up killing both Black Widow and Hawkeye.
No shit. Oh wow.
Like instead of fighting each other as 2 sacrifices, they ended up having to fight Thanos' army, and then they just both get killed.
Oh shit.
Which I'm glad they cut out, because then it would have made, like, how would they have gotten the Soul Stone?
Well, that's nuts. That's nuts.
But yeah, they cut out a nice bit from that film and just reshot.
Yeah. I'll say this though, again, man, it's just been cool to rewatch them all myself, you know, in the timeline order, because I'm appreciating these movies a lot more watching it this way. And
yeah, I did that about a year ago, where I watched all the movies in the order that they released and the order in which they took place.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. I remember during COVID, I had the whole thing with my sister where she was never really the biggest MCU fan. And then we watched it, the two of us together, in the way they were released and the way that they were placed. And she is now like a huge MCU fan. So
yeah, man. Yeah, it's cool. It's super cool. It's just, I don't know what it was. It's just, there's certain things when you see them in the timeline, you're like, it makes a little more sense, because I think we were talking about this too, where we kind of liken it to like a TV show. Some TV shows, they're going to have lackluster episodes, or some of the episodes for shows
those filler movies. Yeah.
But you need them there. You got to have them. And like, unfortunately, sometimes they're a little bit more lackluster, whether they have to, not have as much action as usual, or they have to tone it a little bit differently. It happens. But you need them there. They're important. The elements, all have to be there. And it's like, it develops the characters and builds the world, and it's just it's awesome. I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving it. But yeah. So I actually think we're gonna cut this one right around here. You and I have business to attend to in the morning. So I definitely want to make sure I'm around for that. And if we go too late here, wouldn't work out. So but yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining Movie Mornings. I know this didn't go as long as usual. But yeah, check out everything else we got going on the channel. There's been some things. But yeah, that have dropped. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna move on from that. So anyway, guys, so thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave feedback in the comment section, share this with your friends, hit the bell for notifications, do all of that. And Jose, where can people find you?
On all socials, type 1 Latino, all together, all lowercase.
Yeah, and let us know in the comments too if you're excited for Spider-Man, guys. And your excitement level. I know we talked a lot about this, and we're as Doctor Strange said, we're in the end game now. So
and any theories you guys have, let us know.
Absolutely,
too.
Yeah, those are fun to read through. So for sure. But thank you guys so much again. I've been Don Martino. This has been Jose Espinel, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Later.
Peace.